Good evening. My name is Roberto. I'm from South Africa, beautiful country. Right now it's 20 hours and 15 minutes, meaning it's time as the sun has settled, and usually it's time where we have the news. And as you see on the news, things seems to be getting worse, a little bit better. I just thought that for the next 21 days, there's a few things that is moving me and motivating me and touching me. And I'd like just to have some of your time. And I just thank you for your time. When I look at the news, it saddens me. Especially in South Africa, people don't seem to follow the guidelines. Yes, I know it's difficult. Nobody expected something like this to happen. But I think most of all, nobody expected it to be a global issue. And I still think people are traveling and not taking caution. If people simply just confirmed if they came from another country and got quarantined immediately, those who came from other countries would and should have taken the responsibility to be tested and go into quarantine. But now what has happened? Some people just don't care, or probably took this whole thing very lightly. The country which is catching my eye at this point in time is Spain. And I believe that, I'm not quoting, but it's a figure around 600 people that died in 24 hours. That is a huge amount of people. I couldn't understand it. How is that possible? But something which comes to mind, I think everybody out there, doesn't matter who you are. It's not about the religion or creed or color or whatever. It's about citizens taking responsibility. And in Spain they have a problem, which I never ever thought it would come to. But it seems as if they have made a decision. I don't think they wanted to come to this point. It's frightening. It's daunting. And it might happen in South Africa. We need to wake up. But there's a point where a lot of people that are 65, their health is not there anymore. Most times around 65, you can count very healthy people. And what has happened? That because the ventilators, there's not enough of them. They have to choose who they can give it to. And they have come to a point that if somebody is sick, and at a certain age limit, remove the ventilator, and they give that person, sedate the person. In other words, there's nothing more they can do for the person. So they sedate you. It's a word seldom used, but it actually had to be implemented. There is a name for it. There's a medical term, shall I say. But it's what you call mercy killing. Sounds cruel. I'm even struggling to deal with it. Not even in my country. But somebody was healthy a month ago. Somehow they catch the virus. attacks their lungs sooner or later. Why it's attracted to the lungs, I wouldn't know. And because your system or immune system is taking longer to charge up or get to a point of safety, automatically it will take longer to heal or to recover. Ventilators get removed, like I said, especially if you're around 65, and they sedate you. The sad part is, the hard part is, and it's nothing which anybody can do. You can't even go to the hospital to say your last goodbyes. So that person is taken from the hospital, and I don't even think the morgues can take any more people. Those coffins are placed in a waiting room. It's frightening people. So I'm appealing to everybody out there. Let that not happen in South Africa. Let us not get to that point where the whole country gets turned upside down. Right now the army is being very understanding and very patient. But a time might come where they have to use the rubber bullets, tear gas, and strong arm handling. And we don't want that. So please, people, let us not act irresponsible. Yes, for me it's quite tough. I'm a working man. So to sit 2 days in the house, it will take time for me to adapt, obviously, because I was not prepared for this lockdown. I don't think anybody was. I don't think even the government expected things to turn the way they have turned around now. If they had to put the quarantine into place in the first place, especially at the airports. Some time ago, there were visitors in East London, I believe, from Europe. So if the quarantine rules were out implemented, those people would not come to South Africa, and they would have not bring the virus. So I appeal to all South Africans. If you have traveled, put your pride in your pocket, go to whatever hospital you must go to, and be treated as quickly as possible. I don't think many people understand what it is to be suffocating. Just imagine you're eating something or you drink something and you choke. You can't breathe. And this virus is creating that situation. You can't actually breathe. I was looking on Facebook where another guy was saying, he was interviewing from the hospital, and he said that when you lie down, you feel much better. But your lungs crystallize. He said that if you get up, you start vomiting and vomiting for 20 minutes. Guys, to vomit for 20 minutes is no joke. There's nothing in your stomach, but yet the body's pushing up and pushing up. And he said, funny enough, no, it was not funny at all. Strange enough, he said he started to feel much better. He got to a point where he told the nurses that he must not actually lie down. Can you believe that? When you lie down, find, you feel much comfortable. This virus got a mind of its own, people. Believe you me, I'm pretty convinced this virus really acts very unusual. This is the second person that I heard that said your lungs crystallize. So if your lungs is crystallizing, it means you have less capacity to breathe. And by golly, one can have a broken leg or a broken arm, a strained muscle, whether it's in your back or in your leg. But to have your lungs crystallized means you are running out of time very, very, very fast. I saw in the news earlier today, some idiot of a woman, she is wishing she can have the virus or she can pass it on to somebody. Then I saw another incident where, what was the same woman, they're licking one of these push carts, the trolleys. Damn. How can you be so forsaken? How can somebody be so insensitive? When I hear people coughing in another person's face. This is not the time to take things lightly. This is the time where all grown-ups have to act like grown-ups. The medical staff is working overtime all over the world. I remember just saw something on Facebook at one of the hospitals. There is one woman. Her daughter had to stand by the door of the hospital. And she stood about maybe 50 meters away. She couldn't hug her daughter. Daughter couldn't hug her. And she just said, I could read her lips where the mother said to the daughter, I love you. The daughter was a doctor, by the way. Please, people, especially in South Africa, stand that distance apart, that 1 meter. When you cough, put your hands in front of your mouth. If you feel fluish, get your vitamin C. Or if you can, maybe go to the doctor, get the vitamin B injection, whatever. Even if you don't have the virus, don't allow yourself to have a cold. Take something that can boost the immune system. Just like to end off with this last point, which I have mentioned. Imagine your mother at 65 must go to the hospital. She ain't coming back. So please, people, please, let us act responsible and don't take things lightly. If you can go to the shop for an elderly person, or in such a way to help the elderly, then you rather go to shop. The elderly people, the 65-year-olds, they are at a risk. This virus does not care what your age is. It just wants to hook onto a living organism. So I appeal to people out there. Please be wise. Be cautious. Be considerate. You're only going to live this life once. Don't shorten it unnecessarily. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your time. Take care.